seconds. Here we go. All right, folks. Welcome back to BEG Wrestling, baby. We are here. CKLV quarterfinals, and we're now into the semifinals. Instant reaction here with Cornell. Kevin, he's going to break everything down. We're going to break everything down. Kevin, we got new mics, but first and foremost, folks, I have to bring it up, Kevin. The Wrestle Madness, we've talked about it before, and, we got to talk about it now. WrestleMadness.com. Listen, folks, the rankings are out. If you're not joined in, WrestleMadness.com. It's fantasy wrestling. Fantasy football for wrestling. I know you all do fantasy football. Do it for wrestling. This is where you can do it. And here are the rankings now. Wayne Beaver up there. Mr. Below me currently leading the OG bracket. I'm not even sure who that fella is. But exclusive group, but folks,
real creative.
Real creative, right? I know. Maybe we can get him to call in here shortly. But Kevin, welcome to the show, man. It's been a minute. How you been? Man? And you're here to break down a lot of stuff here tonight, dude.
Yeah, this is my, outside of Nationals, favorite tournament of the year. I mean, there's nothing like it. You break out all the TVs, all the screens. Wife asking where the living room TV is. Stuff like that. But it's been great. It's definitely has not failed to disappoint thus far. That's for sure.
Well, there's been upsets. There's been. Folks, you didn't even watch. You probably didn't even have time to watch the Iowa matches tonight because that was on UFC Fight Pass. Everyone was busy watching CKLV. Kevin, I had multiple.
Did you watch
going. Yeah, I had multiple screens going. You didn't even see Tom Brands even bullied the rest tonight. It was unbelievable in the Army match. It was. I mean, there's things to talk about.
Do a quick rundown of that, man.
What I forget the match, but he basically just ran out there and was basically threatening the refs and saying, "Listen."
Oh, was it the Ayala match, right? I
don't understand why. I think it was their match, and he was like, "Dude, if you don't think about this, because I'm gonna throw this pick right now, and you better think about it." And Tom Brands, man, he is so intimidating to so many people. I don't get it. I really want to actually go out there to get some questions. I see Bradley Gibson in the comments. Folks, join the comments. We are live, folks, so you can call in. Link is in the description to call in live. So, but Kevin, we got a lot to break down and not necessarily a lot of time because we're getting right back at it tomorrow morning with semifinals.
Yeah, absolutely, man. A couple things that, not to start on a sour note, but I hope that we don't see a lot of is, number one, real quick, Princeton, Iowa dual meet was a real bummer not to see Ty Whalen go out there against Kyle Parko. Our number 6 versus our number 4. That was the key matchup that any fan outside of Iowa and Princeton would only be really interested in seeing. And they didn't send Ty Whalen out. And then the only disappointing thing thus far at CKLV was no Vince Robinson against Ramos, which was going to be the key quarterfinal matchup of the tournament. Everyone was looking forward to that. And I don't like to say for sure because we don't know if he's injured or not, but it's just very suspect when he wasn't injured the first couple matches and then he's just a no-show, no go, no
it was
show.
Robinson that was out?
Yep, Robinson was out, and he was 11-0 before that match.
You picked him.
Yeah, I picked him to win. I picked him to win it. I think. Yeah.
Oh.
And that was a big bummer, man. Yeah.
Wow, that is a big bummer. And you know what? That's not helping the sport because.
No, man. No, not at all. You got to see those matchups. If the way I look at it is, if you think you're going to do that, please don't come to the tournament because what it does is it gives a forfeit in the quarterfinals instead of having the full slate of quarterfinals. And it also gives Ramos a really nice advantage because he didn't even have to wrestle the quarterfinal. Everyone's got these dogfight matches, and then he's just onto the semi, And Yeah,
Yeah, and I know Piles picked
uh,
Ramos, dude. So it's it's a little funky. You know what I mean? A little fugazi on me.
yeah.
We're waiting on Mister Below Me, the current leader in the clubhouse, to call in. I don't know who he is, but we're waiting. But anyway, go on, Kevin. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so besides that, though, it was crazy because 125 was perfectly set to chalk. Quarterfinals were 1 through 8 seeds, and then the 9 through 12 seeds made it to that consolation round. So that was pretty wild. Everything right according to chalk. They actually did a really good job seeding this tournament because I noticed out of the 80 quarterfinal wrestlers, 68 of them were ranked in the top 8. So, I mean, that's unbelievable numbers when you compare it to previous years where it's been down to like 45, 50 guys at most that they had. So they did a great job seeding it. Caleb Smith looks real tough. And Eddie Ventresca is back from the dead. He was injured last year and everybody wrote him off, but he was injured and now he's not. And he looks great. He's tearing it up. He's going to
Let's
have
go,
a
baby.
real tough. Yeah, he looked real
Do
good,
they
but
have
he's got
a returning wrestler of the year like in the NFL? Like
comeback player of the year.
come back. Do they have that in wrestling?
I
Not
don't know. They
think
should
so.
if they don't.
They
They
should.
should, man.
Sammy Sasso
He's
made his bids today, but
oh man,
fell a
that
little
was
short.
tough,
We'll get into
like
it, but
yeah, we'll get into that for sure. But Caleb Smith he's looking great and I think this is going to be a 1-2 matchup, which I'm fine with seeing a Caleb Smith Ramos matchup. Um, see how that goes. And then let's see here.
I'm on
We
that Caleb
got
Smith train, Kevin. You know I've been on that Caleb Smith train.
you,
I said that,
you
but
know what's crazy, Zach, is he lost his wrestle off to a freshman, right? And then it ends up where they're redshirting the freshman, and now he's undefeated and well, I think likely to win the CKLV, and he's definitely a national title contender, and he's not even the best guy on his team.
okay. Well,
That's
I'm
crazy.
talking strictly. You make a great, valid point there, Kevin. And I mean, we could get into that, but as it currently stands here, it's Caleb Smith up against Ventresca and Spratley up
Yep,
against Ramos here in these semis. And
yep.
as you mentioned, Ramos got a freebie. Does that give him the advantage up against Spratley? And do you see any chance of Ventresca beating Smith?
There's a chance, it's not like Smith has separated himself by any means, but I think that Smith's definitely the favorite. I don't know if it gives Ramos that much of an advantage because the semis are tomorrow. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like it's even better to wrestle, like getting that tough match out of the way, you're ready for the next one, depending on how your endurance is. But Ramos or Smith had a really close one with Renteria, who is tough, 4-2, and then Ventresca beat Jordan. Spratley shut down McCrone, and Ramos got the forfeit. So I believe every wrestler left is undefeated out of the 4. I know
My
Ramos is,
goodness.
Smith is, Ventresca is as well.
So this is
Yeah,
absolute fireworks. This is absolute
yeah,
fireworks here at 125 tomorrow.
4 guys are undefeated. Yep, 4 guys
Yeah.
are undefeated. And
Who's your picks
so
here, Kevin? Who are your picks here?
I'm just going chalk on this one, man. I think Smith and Ramos are going to be in the finals. I think that
I know
Ramos.
Piles is real big on Ramos, or at least I know he was on their last show. I don't know if that currently holds with his picks
think that,
but I know he was on the show.
One thing I think is interesting is they were talking about how at one of the Olympic training camps, Spencer Lee was working with Ramos, and he was really like yelling at him and telling him to and he talked to him on the side. And he's like, "Listen, man, you got to let it fly like you did that year, because last year he wrestled very conservative and very he was uptight, wrestling uptight as the 1 seed, and so far this year, I know he hasn't had the best of competition up until this point, but he's on fire, man. Let's see, what does he have 100% bonus rate? He had 100% bonus rate coming in. Yeah, he has a 100% bonus rate. He's 10-0 with a 100% bonus rate. So he's letting it loose, man. He's doing great.
I'm sorry to say, Kevin, I was a little distracted. Apparently, Sasso's out. Did Bear Claw knocked him out in the consies. So Sasso is out. Wow.
I'm not really surprised. I mean, if you want to talk about that quick, Sasso, we all want Sasso to do good, you know. Did you see the side of the bracket he was on though? When you're looking at that side of the bracket, I mean, it was as give me as a give me can get. I mean, he had Bubba Wilson the 10th in the quarterfinals. I mean, he had to beat, let's see, he had to beat first round, he had to beat Fields, which he had to come back to win that one. And then he had to beat Mosher from Hofstra, and then he had Bubba Wilson in the quarterfinals, which he lost to. So I'm not surprised to see him go. If he was anywhere else in that bracket, I don't think he would have made the quarterfinals. And Zach, 165 is my favorite weight. These guys are just Peyton Hall, Nico Ruiz, Hunter Garvin. These guys just let it fly, man. And what a tournament Thompson from Northwestern is having. I mean, right off the bat, he beats Bearclaw, and then he wins his next match against
we haven't even talked about Bearclaw going down. I picked him to win. I picked Bearclaw going down. What is that? What? I said a couple days ago, is Bearclaw going to be the same wrestler without Kale holding his hand? And then he goes out there and does that, dude. Unbelievable.
Thompson, to be fair, Thompson's had a heck of a tournament. I mean, he lost to Amin in sudden victory. And if you remember, Bearclaw barely, I mean, he squeezed by Amin in double, tiebreakers. I mean, there's a tale of two halves, though. We get blessed to see Peyton Hall and Hunter Garvin wrestle each other again. That was an All-Star Classic match where Hall pinned him, but Hall was losing. And they also wrestled in the NCAAs last year where Garvin beat him 14-4. But then on the other half, we have Bubba Wilson versus Cam Amin. Yeah. So the final, I think, is going to be the top half of the semi. Hunter Garvin he pinned Gatan. He was up 17-3 and he pinned him. So he's looking real good.
Kevin, hold on.
I know we're bouncing around here.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me give you just a 10-second break because we got a call in. First time ever. Welcome to the show.
First time caller here. Super happy.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. State your name and your questions, and thank you for calling in.
Heck yeah, love it, guys. Been a day one watcher. My name's Charles from out here in Iowa City. So go Hawks, representing Hawks,
awesome.
home of the wrestling city, baby. Some people may hate to hear it, but we're wrestling.
It is what it is, right?
Hell yeah. So just wanted to call in. Crazy CKLV going on. Jacob Van D over Ragusan. I don't know. I can't believe that. That's crazy. That's huge.
Mind blown.
That's
Didn't
nuts.
see that coming. It wasn't even close.
Especially, he lost twice a couple weeks ago. He lost twice in a row to Oakley, and then he lost another match. So yeah, that was shocking to see him bounce back like that.
I know.
Couldn't believe it.
I know. Great
Crazy
point.
stuff.
What else?
Kind of going into the question here. Who do you guys? I know I'm an Iowa fan. Hate to admit it. Tyler Knox got our boy. You got him good. Hate to see it. So yeah. I don't know. Tyler Knox, Jacob Van D. Who you guys got placing higher at the NCAA tournament as of right now? After those beautiful showings.
I still think. Well, let's see. Does Knox okay because he defaulted, right? I think against Corey Land today. He was winning, but if you're talking just injuries aside, I still like Knox, and it's funny because Tom Brands had like the quote of the week after that match. He said, "You don't roll around with guys that like to roll around." That's what he said after the match,
And look at this. Welcome to the show. First time ever.
There he is.
We got 4 people on the line live. It's
Big Wayne.
And first time caller and Kevin. Oh my goodness, dude. Things are popping off.
I want to ask Charles something.
Go ahead.
It was Charles, right?
Wayne, you're my man.
Hey, listen, Charles. I'm glad you came on. Did you watch the Iowa match? I didn't get to see it.
I just got off work. I didn't get to watch Iowa versus Princeton, but I heard the Army duel was getting tight. So
Army duel
I didn't
was
see the ending there.
feisty. Army duel
Yeah,
was
so
real feisty. You're gonna need to go watch that.
Iowa with Teamer out, it's definitely gonna be it's gonna be a lot more of an interesting season. Hopefully, some more close duels makes for a better season as a fan for sure. So
Yeah.
Now Keeter didn't go. He's not injured, right?
I don't believe so. I think he's probably just sitting out. If he was hurt, we probably would have heard something about it around town.
Keeter went the first. Keeter.
Yeah, he went the first match. He won 8-2.
Yeah.
Keeter wrestled the first match, so he's fine. Yeah.
What do you think about them not sending? Sorry, go ahead, Wayne.
No, go ahead, Kev.
What, Charles? What do you think about them not sending Ty Whalen out to wrestle Parco? That was kind of a move, huh?
Yeah, it's Parco. He'll get you. So I mean, I understand it, but still, yeah, definitely.
You like to see that, yeah,
for sure. So
of course, we hear that Arnold came out, got put to his back, down 5-0, comes back, wins 11-7. I didn't get to see any of that, but I'm hearing from the rumor, that is, and that's all us wrestling fans have anymore, is rumor, because the coaches won't tell us nothing. But the rumor is Arnold wants to go down to 74. Did you hear anything about that?
I haven't heard anything specifically around town. I mean, I could imagine him wanting to do that and be the case. He's seen success down there. And so I think it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Considering how good he's doing up at 84, I don't think 74 would be the worst way to go. But I mean, obviously considering, who's at the top there. But I don't have any personal Iowa City insider insight on that one, unfortunately. Wish I did.
Okay.
But.
Just a resident, not an insider. Let's clarify.
I hear some things, but I'm not. I'm not talking to Tom or Terry every day. That's for sure. So.
Well, I just want to first off thank Charles for calling in. Thank all you guys, Iowa fans. We love Iowa fans.
I love you guys too.
Ultimately, I want to get off because I want Charles the chance to talk. I know Kevin's loaded for bear, and so I'm going to get off and enjoy this. I just had to call in and thank an Iowa guy for coming on.
Wayne,
yeah,
I appreciate
boy,
that means a lot. I know it means a lot coming from you. So you're the man. I appreciate that.
Coming from the
biggest
you guys.
Have a great show, man.
In the world.
You too, Wayne. Have a good night, man.
Thanks, Wayne.
Biggest Penn State fan in the world, but. No, I mean listen. To his point, let's give you a chance to talk here.
Yeah.
Let's what's your points here?
Hey, I just kind of wanted to, 133's been going. It didn't look the strongest at the start of the year, but I think there's definitely been a lot of interesting upsets. Maybe some of the younger guys starting to cement their place at the weight, making it a little more interesting. Obviously, there's tons going on. That was just the first thing that bounced up on my mind that I saw. So. Figured I'd call in and kind of, pick your brain a little bit, kind of chat a little bit about some Iowa wrestling, get some more Iowa wrestling in your lives. Can never have enough of the Hawks.
Hey,
so,
did you happen to see any of the matches, or you were at work? Did you happen to see any of the CKLV?
I saw a couple highlights, but I haven't seen any full matches. I was literally just about to sit down to watch the replay. So
what you want to check out? Speaking of 133, is the Frost Shelbove match, Arizona State.
Match of the night, folks.
It was the match crazy. The ending is out of control.
Klebo Evan Frost match.
That match, you're gonna be like, why is this exciting? And you're gonna be like, what? But that match was just crazy. And also, Nico Ruiz and Brock Mantanona. That match was also fire. Brock Manson. Those are probably my two favorite matches of the tournament thus far.
There you go. There's my first two. That's what I'll be checking out. So love it.
Charles,
Brock Mantanona's tough, man.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, what? Any final thoughts? And listen, first time calling in, and I must say,
dude, you're awesome.
I admire You got big balls, my man.
Awesome.
You got big balls calling in, especially
Yeah, thanks so much, man.
Yeah, I do. For real, we
That's
represent.
what I'm talking about. Please call in the future.
I definitely will. I'll be back. I've been a day one watcher. I remember when you guys first started. It was I was up in the chat when you guys first kicked it off, you and Wayne. So it was it's been super cool to see you guys grow, and you know, as someone who's super passionate about wrestling, wrestling is my football to most people. It's cool to have more people create like media outlets and, you know, just have a variety of information. So what you guys are doing has been awesome. I love it.
Thanks so much, man.
Well,
yeah, I really appreciate that.
Great.
Very kind words. Very well said, and very much appreciated there, Charlie. Appreciate that. And
Hawkeyes.
That's what it's all about, dude. We're trying to just grow the media, dude. It's all, you got better media, you got better wrestling coverage. So that's Charles out of Iowa, folks.
Love from Iowa City.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. I told you they love us out in Iowa. Kevin, you didn't believe me.
No.
But
I believe you, man. I do now.
We can claim we hate you as much as we want, but we do. We love you. We are
that's
here.
What I'm talking about, baby.
We are here in Iowa
Call
City.
in again. We are here. Call in again soon, and much appreciated. And
for sure, guys.
Listen, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to these. Kevin, let's get back to these breakdowns.
Alrighty.
Let's go, Kevin. Let's break these down, man.
All right, let's roll.
Updates here.
We got all right. So yeah, 133. Zach, what in the world happened with that Frost match? When you're up, I mean, Frost is dead in rights, man. He's down 10-2 with 20 seconds left. You're down 10-2 with 20 seconds left, and you're on top. And he gets the weirdest takedown I've ever seen. The official, he's standing like this. He's got his leg in, and he's going like this because he's frustrated because he's not getting the call. So the official goes like this, and then the official goes 3. There was no change at all in his body. He just decides to call 3. Then he rolls him over in a tilt, and it's the fastest pin I've ever seen, but he still would have lost 10-9.
It was the fastest pin, and he still would have lost 10-9, but I'm telling you something right now, something in my gut. I watched that full match in its entirety, and I picked Frost because I watched that match in its entirety because I picked Frost in the Wrestle Madness, so I had a lot.
Yeah.
Something in my gut told me that just until that clock hit 0, I'm not giving Frost. I'm giving Frost a chance, and to see him pull that pin off, there was one other match that ended in the final weaning seconds, and I forget what it was off the top of my head, but that had to be the most exciting match of the night, dude. That Frost Klebov match. That was unbelievable.
The other one was the one I was talking about, the last second, where Ruiz took down Brock in the last second or whatever when he was down. Those were the 2 last second ones. But hey, do you think, man, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have won the match or anything, but the pin was fast and the takedown was bizarre. And maybe he should have had the takedown even beforehand. But
that was not a pin.
Do you think there's a little bit of a David Taylor effect going on with the officials yet? A little bit of intimidation or a little bit of starstruck David Taylor? I don't know.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well, it was a really strange call.
That might be the most interesting point of the night, Kevin. That is fascinating. Yeah, because we just talked about Tom Brands. David Taylor might be adapting the same thing, and we don't even maybe talk about it or see it with Kale. David Taylor effect.
Yeah.
Evan Frost. That was a quick pin. In my opinion, that was not a pin, but I took it.
Yeah, it was.
I liked it, but yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was. I mean, if you're up 10-2 in the quarterfinals at the CKLV, what do you do when you go home? Are you just like, do you hate yourself or what? Because wow, that's just horrible. Brutal. But I'll tell you what. Arizona State, Michigan, Nebraska, and Ohio State, all having really good tournaments. It seems like everywhere you look, you see a Michigan and Iowa State. You know, it's like those 5 teams just hoarding up the semis. But so we got Ragusin, who just got destroyed, and like you said, man, he just storms off, like doesn't shake the guy's hand. That's kind of you know,
that was clearly he was not real happy about that loss.
No, not at all, man. And then Zeth
beat some Bourmet after that.
Yeah, get some reaction. Like you don't storm off like that, man. We've all been there, you know, but you just gotta
Let's not act
You
like a
lost,
12-year-old. Let's not act like a
Right.
12-year-old.
He got beat down. It wasn't like he gave up a bad call or he gave it at the last takedown. He knew all match he was getting pounded. It wasn't coming as a surprise when the whistle blew. But Seth Romney, Cal Poly, man, he's tough. He's in the semis against Van D. And you know what? I think he can beat Van D, to be honest with you. It's Seth Romney is tough. He's been tough. He's in our rankings, and he's someone definitely to watch out for. And I made a mistake. Tyler Knox, when I spoke to him earlier, Tyler Knox actually beat Corey Land. Corey Land was the one that was injured on the other semi there, or the other quarterfinal there. So we got Frost and Knox, and then we got Van D and Romney. Who do you like out of those four?
The way Van D wrestled, I have to go with him. Just because of what that was, and obviously I told you earlier, man, I picked Frost to win this, dude. I picked Frost to win this, and that might be my only backdoor alley to actually win the Wrestle Madness. But Kevin, I got to take another break because we got another Colin. We're getting Colin's popping off. This is Sean.
We got to do more late night shows.
Welcome to the show, man.
Sean?
Late night live. Tell us
yes. Oh, I'm glad you're finally doing this at an hour that I can call in. I listen to you guys quite frequently, so glad to.
Awesome.
I'm having some trouble here with my camera. There we go.
No worries.
Yeah, well.
We appreciate you watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what's on your mind?
Yeah, nothing. I'm just enjoying the CKLV, great sports weekend coming up. I'm a Buckeye fan, so could have been better football-wise this weekend, but...
Tell me about it.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Hashtag fire Ryan Day.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead. What?
Are you on the fire day wagon, or are you the guy who kind of wonders, like, what are you gonna replace him with?
Yeah. Oh, I'm completely on that. What are you going to replace him with? It's like, but I'm also like, he's done basically everything well in the program except this game.
Yeah.
Except this one game. So it's just, I don't know. I'd have to remind people, Harbaugh didn't beat Ohio State until year 7.
Yeah.
He was the guy doing everything right.
What about Ohio State wrestling coaching? What's your opinion there?
It's good. I don't know if it's elite. I'm happy with the job. Tom Ryan and Ryan Day are very similar to me. I think they're both very, very good coaches, but they're probably a mark off from the best in the sport.
That's a pretty good take, and they both get really, really good recruits. Some of the best,
Yep, and they produce good results, but obvious, hitting our head against the ceiling constantly in both programs. So, yeah.
What do you think about the whole Sammy Sasso situation? Like, do you wonder how he's at 165 and I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Because that's the one thing I'm kind of confused on is how that happened. But
I part of me wonders if it's a team thing. If they thought the lineup would just be better with him there, better with it being Gallagher and Sasso instead of Sasso and Hepner. Like that, they probably feel like that's just better for the team. But I have no idea what his body's like, what his health, how his body's changed over this time. And
that's true.
And it also just, there very well could be health reasons why he just is not able to cut the weight he is.
Yep.
I mean, I don't have any access to his medical.
No, that's actually pretty spot on because when he was given an interview by Flo, he said they were kind of asking him about that, and he was like, he didn't say in so many words, but he kind of went along the lines of, they told me if I was going to cut weight, there could be some health issues if I was to do that. And when he was 149, when he wrestled like Yanni, he was massive at 149. He was sucking a ton of weight. So he really was like a 57 pounder. So it's not like crazy. I just know that he lost a lot of weight in the accident as expected. And then he put it back on. I think everybody's rooting for him pretty much, And
yeah,
hopefully he just
absolutely.
keeps.
And I mean, like, I think there is definitely a decent chance that he could turn it around this season. At some point. I mean, it's a huge adjustment having to bump up all that weight, having not been on the mat in 2 years, and then obviously having to go through all that therapy and stuff. So it's a great story. However, the season plays out for him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a run at the podium this year. I mean, it doesn't look like he's in any shape to do it right now, but
Yeah, he said he was wrestling before he was walking. I mean, he's a dog. I mean, he's. I mean, he got shot, man, and it's just so. It was good to see him on the mat. No matter if you're a Ohio State fan or not.
You ever go to that? Wasn't it like out back of a Costco or a Walmart? Have you ever visited that Costco or Walmart, Sean, that he got shot at?
No, I haven't been to Columbus that many times, so I've not.
Okay,
not been there. So it's I don't have any plans to. No.
Don't go there.
No.
All right, Sean, give us your biggest, boldest prediction for this upcoming season.
Greatest bonus prediction?
Biggest, boldest prediction.
Boldest.
Boldest prediction. Let me see. I had to think about this one.
An Ohio native here, folks. Yeah, give me a second to think. An Ohio native, an obvious Buckeye fan here. They're a well-funded organization. Tom Ryan, acclimated head coach. Go ahead, Sean.
Okay, well, let's go Buckeyes. 5 All-Americans.
5 All-Americans.
Well, Jesse Mendez.
Is that bold enough? I don't think we're slated
That's a pretty bold.
That's pretty bold.
I mean, you got Mendez, Feldman, maybe Sasso, maybe Karchla.
D'Amelio's been there before.
Yeah, D'Amelio. Even Gallagher could slide in possibly. I think
Gallagher's ranked mostly in that.
I think you undersold that, Sean. You should have went 6 for bold prediction.
Okay. We're at the blackjack table now, right? Double down.
Put your money on the double down, baby.
Yeah, double down.
Double down.
We're in Vegas.
Hey, we could be. Yeah, CKLV is. Yes, exactly.
And like they're like, I mean, Bouzakis, you never know what to expect from him. He could go 2-0 in NCAAs. He could be top 6. You have no idea.
He's so like, but Gallagher did just beat Panero Johnson, and that was a heck of a quarterfinal, 2-1.
Oh yeah,
typical Panero Johnson fashion. Gallagher's gonna have. Yeah, Gallagher won
I missed that. That's the only thing. That's my only problem with all this, dude. There's too many matches going on. I can't watch them all.
Yeah.
Gallagher,
you got the head.
Antro, that's going to be a really interesting semifinal match. That's probably the one I'm most looking forward to watch tomorrow. Outside of Feldman Hendrickson there.
Sean,
Taylor had a heck of a match.
Maybe we'll be live tomorrow night or something else, man. You're out of Ohio State fan.
Here's an interesting thing. I live in Michigan. I was born in Ohio. I spent the first 7 years of my life there, and I moved up here. But
you're gonna be walking outside like this.
I can't be held responsible for my parents' actions here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, So
that's a good point.
All right. First time caller, Ohio State fan out of Michigan, folks. You won't find many of them. But Sean, we appreciate the call in. Maybe get an update
Sean.
Tomorrow. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We got to move on. And
keep going, guys.
First time callers, appreciate you, Sean. Thank you. Anytime, call in. And Kevin, let's go, man.
All right, so we're back at 141.
133, dude. Let's go to 141.
All right. We pretty much talked about one.
Evan Frost.
Okay, so 141.
That pen. Go ahead.
So I was kind of surprised how badly Hardy beat Titus, to be honest with you. He beat him 10-1. That was surprising to me. I thought Titus would put up a better fight. I'm also surprised to find Coderhant in the semifinals.
Close match.
I just didn't think that he had a couple really close matches. Lemley had a great match with Aiden Valencia there, a good 2-0 match. But then looking at this, Mendez is just really good. Mendez, I think that was his first match this year that he hasn't bonused someone against Latona. But if you remember, Latona actually beat Mendez his true freshman year. But he beat 5-1. That's Mendez's closest match this year. Looking at who's left though, I think it's just chalk here.
Doesn't get bonus points against good wrestlers, so I was not surprised.
Yeah, there you have it. There you have it. Really, you're absolutely right. Mendez and Hardy, right? I think that Mendez can bonus Coderhant. I think Mendez is going to major Coderhant, and I think Hardy's going to major Jameson. That's my prediction. What do you think?
Okay.
And then Mendez over Hardy.
I picked Mendez in this one, and I did not pick Hardy, and I cannot even remember. I picked some upsets here, man. It's very unfortunate.
Happel or something?
Oh, yeah, Kale Happel. Yes.
Yeah, there was. It's really interesting, Zach, is there was only all the 1 and 2 seeds made it to the quarterfinals, and then there was let's see, there was a couple 3 seeds that didn't make it, Bear Claw and Happel. And then a 4 seed, Stewart, which we'll get into that. But I'll move on to 49 because I think it's just Mendez all day on 41. 49, man.
Henson, Abbas, Echemendia, and Ridge Lovett, who pulled out a squeaker.
Yeah, that's kind of like a Ridge Lovett match, though. He on top, man. At one point, he had his leg in, and Alvarez was holding his leg from the bottom position, and he somehow put Alvarez on his back and almost got back points. He actually did, but they overturned it. He's like a spider on top, man. But you know what? I don't necessarily like that. I don't like that matchup for him for Echemendia, except for the fact that if he gets him on the mat, he'll eat him alive on the mat. But if they stay on their feet, which the safest bet in the world is Echemendia is going to be choosing neutral. That's a definite. But I think that this is going to be 2 guys of completely different styles, and I think Henson will eat Abbas up. I'm surprised Abbas is there, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Interesting question here. Zach Gray, OK State and Nebraska both have 6 in the semis. Who wins the team race? Off the top of your head, Kevin. Then we'll go.
I think OK State, I think, will win it. I think they got better guys in the semis.
Yeah, I agree. 157, we have Antrell Taylor, Patty Gallagher, Ryder Downey, and Joey Blaze. Hot dog, Joey Blaze. Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Blaze beat Keller 2-0. And he wrestled a Keller match. He wrestled a Keller kind of match. He beat him in his own game. Downey beat Chumbley in not too exciting of a match. And then Gallagher, I don't know what, Panero Johnson just doesn't shoot, man. If he could ever just, he beat Hippolito the round before, but how many matches have we seen where Panero Johnson wins, the old 4-1 or 2-1 or whatnot? If he would open up, he'd be a lot more dangerous. But it's like Bo Bartlett. It's like sometimes you just can't get these guys to open up. But looking at this, man, Antrell Taylor had a great quarterfinal against Sildate, man, 15-11. Bourmette's doing good things with these Michigan guys, man. It's Michigan, except for Regeson. But Michigan is looking good. They got a lot of guys going around. But yeah, I like Taylor. I think Taylor's going to smoke Gallagher, and I think that I like Downey over Blaze, but it's going to be tight.
Joey Blaze.
Taylor win the whole thing.
How about him? Coming
Joey Blaze. Joey Blaze is tough, man. He beat Peyton. He beat Peyton Robb last year. He had a couple really good wins, but I believe that I don't even know if that's true or not. I don't want to say that. Yeah. So moving on to the most exciting weight.
165. That's Peyton Hall, Hunter Garvin, Cam Amin, and Bubba Wilson with some upsets here, dude.
Wilson,
dude.
Bubba Wilson. That's That's crazy. You know, if you remember, Bubba Wilson
Knocking off
and
Sasso. Yeah.
Taylor, they both went down a weight. Actually, the whole Nebraska lineup went down a weight, which is crazy. But yeah, he beat Sasso. That was a real close match. The surprise of this whole bracket to me is Thompson, like I said, from Northern Iowa. I mean, he was this close to getting in the semis, and I think that he would have made it to the finals, and he was unseeded. If he would have beat Amin in overtime, I think he would have beat Bubba Wilson. But I really like watching Peyton Hall wrestle this year. He is so tough. The thing about Peyton Hall is he can wrestle a guy, and he's proven this. He can wrestle a guy like Ruiz or Garvin, and who are totally funky, and he doesn't break position, and he's really sound, and he gets the job done. But he can also wrestle a guy that's also sound in position. He can wrestle any kind of way you want, and he's just really, really good. And Garvin is scary. I've said this before. If someone told me this guy's going to beat Messenbrick in the NCAA's, first of all, I wouldn't believe it. But if I had to pick someone, it would be Hunter Garvin, just because of how crazy he is. Like, we saw him jump out in front of Caliendo, and Garvin doesn't get a gas tank till the end of the year. Because we saw last year he blew matches right off the bat, and then he went on a run at NCAA's to All-American. Beat Hall 14-4. But this match is one of the most interesting semifinal matches, I think, Hall and Garvin. And I'm going to go Hall, but that just might be recency bias. Who do you like?
I went Hall in the picks, but no, actually, I'm gonna go Garvin here. Just shake it up. And no one had Bubba Wilson, don't act. And Cam and Mean, come on. But Cam and Mean actually has a chance to win this, which would be.
I think that the top semifinal winner will absolutely win the final. I think. Cam and Mean cannot. I just don't see him scoring enough with Hall or Garvin, I just don't. I don't know. I was wondering if he was going to be more offensive going to Okie State, but so far, haven't really seen it yet. But the season is young.
Season is young. Sorry. I working on some comments here, Kevin. Trying
no
to
worries, man. I know.
Here, but all right. Anything
74?
else on 165 or let's move on 174 here, man.
So
it was dude, you want to talk about some upsets, yeah.
Man, this was my saving grace, because I'll tell you what, being a Cornell fan is very lonely these days. I'm not even going to get into it, but where is their team? And thank goodness for Simon Ruiz, because Simon Ruiz went out there, and I call him Hamidi 2.0, but you're going to see he's clearly not Hamidi in the semifinal, because Hamidi's going to smoke him. But he's really tough. He's a freshman, and he beat Pinto, who is huge at 74. Pinto went down from 84. He was an All-American at 84. He goes down to 74. And I see these guys shake hands, and I'm like, oh, man. And Ruiz takes him down right away. But then Pinto does this throw by where he just bullied him over. And I was really surprised that Ruiz was able to win this match. He rode him out the whole second period. And he got it done. Unfortunately, I wish so badly that he was on the other side of the bracket. I'd much rather see him wrestle Norman or Thompson than I would Hamidi, because Hamidi is so good that he is going to be a threat. He's going to be a threat to Haynes and O'Toole. I'm telling you right now, he is a badass.
Oh, yeah. And I tell you right now, I'm pretty sure I picked Lorenzo Norman to go to the finals on the other side. I like Lorenzo Norman, dude. I'm just saying that.
I actually picked him too. I picked him over. I didn't think the best.
Don't know you.
Yes, I did. Look at my bracket. Look at my bracket. Look at my bracket. I picked Hamidi. I picked Hamidi over Norman. I picked Norman over DeVos though in the semi. I didn't think DeVos would lose to Thompson.
Well,
I picked Norman over DeVos.
That screwed me too. I got screwed. Bear Claw screwed me. Bear Claw screwed me. Bear Claw screwed a lot of people because we talked about Bear Claw. I think we all picked Bear Claw. Dude. But
yeah, that was that was a surprise, man. I mean, but yeah,
what
like
the heck happened to him, dude? I mean, we already
he just
said it,
got
dude.
beat, man. He just got beat. Like he actually was doing he's winning match. He's looking fine in the consolation bracket. I think he just got beat, you know.
No, he
Is he
just got
still
beat.
in? Is he still he's gonna, you know what? He's got Matt Nona next. That's gonna be a great match in the consies. He's got Brock Mantanona, who, dude, that kid is, let me just tell you, that's a backtrack, but this kid, his brother, Bo, was the 65 pounder this year. Brock wrestled like 140 last year. He's a true freshman. His brother gets hurt. He jumps in there, and he's having one heck of a season. He was so close to beating Simon Ruiz. And the only other loss he has is Brignola, an 8-6 loss. He's
Is he
really
the younger
good. So
brother or the older brother?
yeah. He's the younger. He's a year younger.
Younger brother. Well, let me tell you something, Kevin. Russell Menace says Zach is turned down a tad. What is that? Is that volume, dude? Because I can turn that up. Anyway, younger brothers always tougher than older brothers. You know why? Because the older brother,
I don't agree with that.
The
I'm the older brother.
Beats up the younger brother. I'm the older brother too, but my younger brother Corey is obviously tougher than me because I just beat him up all the time, and naturally he had calyx built up. So anyway, sorry, but to your point,
it makes sense. You make a valid point.
Montanana, yeah, I'm a big fan of him too. So I don't know.
So yeah, I think unfortunately Simon Ruiz's run will end tomorrow. It's going to be probably pretty ugly. I think committee bonuses his way through this tournament. I don't know if you got a chance to see what he did to Casella, who's a really good wrestler, like borderline All-American caliber. Casella from Binghamton.
Techfall, right?
He beat him 20-5. It just made him look ridiculous. And I'm just like, man, he is just tough, dude. I'm telling you, he's got the right coaching now. He was with Wisconsin. They're not doing anything right in Wisconsin, let's face it.
Whoa.
And
Bono?
they're not. What are they doing in Wisconsin? They're horrible, man. They got crushed by, who'd they get crushed by? Drexel or Ryder or something. They're just not looking good. But yeah, I think Ruiz will go back and get third. But I like Hamidi just smoking his way through it. Next topic.
All right, next weight class. Let's move on.
184. This is like
boom. Parker.
Same old story. Parker over Plot for the 50th time.
Yeah, but Dean, you didn't see this Dean guy coming, right? He's the story of his weight class.
He is in our rankings. We did rank him. But yeah, I didn't see him doing this though.
Who did he beat? Hold up. Who did he beat? Bergie.
He beat
Bergie.
Yeah.
Dean beats Bergie. Where did this man come from?
And he beat, and Bergie was smoking everyone beforehand. Dean is the 11th seed. Yeah.
Yeah, broke everyone's brackets, folks. If you were in a Wrestle Madness, your brackets got broke. A lot of you had Bergie as a sneaker pick. Throw that in the trash because Dean, this what is it? This Ryder kid out of nowhere, dude. You're gonna have to go do your research. Look, Kevin. Look, he's looking to say, doing his research right now. He don't even know about it.
Right now, man, I'm staying where I have him ranked. We have him ranked. We have him ranked 26th. I did put him in the rankings, though.
Not even in the top 5. It's embarrassing, and now he's going up against.
Not in the top 5.
Could you imagine?
He's
if he knocks off Plot.
I'll tell you someone who's going to be falling out of the rankings soon if they keep it up, and that's All-American TJ Stewart, because he just, I don't know what's going on with him, man, but he looks sluggish and slow, and he went 0-2 at CKLV, 0-2.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, and he's just looking not good at all, man. But yeah, Dean is 9-1. Dean is 9-1 this year.
Out there. Yeah, Dean, we got to do some research on Dean. I know nothing about Dean. I can't even speak on him. But
when I was doing the rankings, I was looking it up. But yeah, like he's someone that you don't even find on the initial WrestleStat page. You have to actually look at view all the starters to get to him.
Unbelievable. How disrespectful. No wonder
Here he
he's
is.
coming
So
out here with a vengeance.
Zach, he's 9-1. That's why I ranked him. And he's got one loss. He lost by a point. That's it.
That was actually
so I mean he's got some good wins.
Some real insiders to take advantage for some points there, but no one did.
All right, let's move unfortunately on. his
wrap it up. Wrap that up.
197. I mean, all right. Well, 197. Can I just tell you how, for the 80th time, how pissed off I am about Jacob Cardenas going to Michigan when we only got him for 3 years? He's 9-0 with 9 tech falls this year. All right. And he tech falled Christian Carroll. I didn't see that coming. I was like, well, he's tech falled everyone, but that will stop here. Nope, he tech falled Christian Carroll 16-1.
Christian Carroll dude, is a roller coaster, dude. But before I go on, Sean Garner says Dean went 7-16 in 2022-2023. Mind blowing. Interesting comment. Appreciate the comment, Sean.
Last year, Dean went 12-14. And the year before that, he went 6-16. Yeah.
Cole Young says, you don't even know the Green Bean Dean. Yeah, well, we do now, Cole. We do now.
Yeah, we know him now, man.
Yeah, we know him now, dude. But anyway,
Christian Carroll, man. So Christian Carroll, did you see his round of 16 match against Volker?
I did.
Do you want to talk about a guy that had no gas at the end, man? He couldn't barely walk.
Yeah, he fell off.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised he got tacked. Like, dude, he was like walking around. I'm like, this guy's gonna fall over. He had no wind.
Maybe man. And some of those rumors might have been true.
That he weighed 250. He weighed like 250 or something a few months before the season started.
He was having fun partying a little more than maybe. I don't know.
Those beer calories, man. You know.
Isn't that what? Didn't David Taylor kick him out? He said, "Get out of here!" Isn't that what happened?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's definitely what happened. No, that's what happened.
Well, now we see why. Carroll, he's up and down roller coaster. Here, good match, great match, bad match, good match.
Another surprise, man, is I did not see Andy Smith beating Serber. Like,
I think I picked that one. But
interesting
comment here. Massey, Ferrari ducking. We haven't even talked about it.
Yeah, man. He knew Cardenas was going to beat his ass. Cardenas could beat Ferrari's ass right now.
Don't be.
He would. You don't think so? Dude, what is Ferrari showing us?
The fact that Ferrari just pulled out of this told me, yeah, Cardenas might have decked AJ.
Yeah. We're gonna have to throw Cardenas
AJ
back up to 2.
We gotta drop Ferrari substantially, dude. Substantially.
Yeah.
There's people
especially
out there that have him ranked at 1. That is insane to me.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more reasonable to rank Angelo at number 1 at his weight class than it would be AJ number 1 at his right now. I'm sorry, but AJ, I don't even know if he's top 10. I don't even know if he's wrestling, dude.
AJ Ferrari's 2-0. You know, he wrestled Nick Stemmet. He beat 5-0. Who Buchanan tech-falled.
Who we
Buchanan
heard
is the
for like 2 weeks, dude. Yeah, and it
was
like he beat him by a couple points, and it was like then we got a whole day in the life documentary off that win, and yet we don't even see him wrestle again. It's like, what is this?
I'm not impressed. I did hear that Elam will be back soon. Okay. Elam will be back soon for Missouri. He's going to be back. So Sinclair's only got 1 match left he can wrestle. Another thing real quick I read about was I was kind of worried about if the O'Toole-Haynes match would happen in a couple of weeks at the collegiate duels. It's happening. A matter of fact, O'Toole is taking the duel off beforehand to make sure he's all ready to roll for that Haynes match. So that was good to hear. That's what we like to hear. We like to hear good guys wrestling good guys.
Thank you.
So hell yeah. So yeah.
Well, Haynes, we've never had a problem with Haynes ducking nobody, or Toole for that matter.
Yeah, absolutely not.
As far as I can remember.
Toole missed a dual meet against Carr last year, but whatever. the whole team was sick, supposedly, like 8 guys, whatever, who knows. But O'Toole,
Haynes is a dog, though. I know that.
They're both. I'm glad to see. So yeah, I think
Haynes is gonna win
Cardenas
that.
is way
Calling it
too.
right now.
I think Cardenas. I don't doubt it really. I don't think. Okay, let's put it this way: whoever wins that, I don't necessarily think is a shoe in to win in March. All right. So if Haynes wins,
I agree.
I don't necessarily think that Haynes has it wrapped up for March. But for 197 here, I think that Cardenas is just going to be too big for Munoz, too strong. And I think Cardenas wins this.
Oh, dude. I hope you're wrong in
Munoz,
bad way, because I picked Munoz in this in
you
my Wrestle
did.
Madness brackets, and this would be a difference maker pick for me if I could
Well,
pull this off.
Munoz,
Munoz, if you're listening, dude, dig deep. Dig deep.
The
dude.
reservation I have about Munoz is he lost to Serber 5-0, and that's kind of a score where like he didn't score a point on him, you know. That's kind of I kind of that's
Bad day.
that game
Bad
like
day.
the Buchanan match didn't give me reservations because I thought he wrestled Buchanan very good, but the Serber match I kind of was like, ugh, you know, 5-0, and then he beat Brophy from Citadel 4-2 to this tournament actually. No, that was the Navy Classic. So yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's not.
Munoz is a dog. Munoz is gonna win the national championship at 197, folks. You heard it here first.
Not even close.
Okay,
all right,
final
last one, 285.
Let's go, 285.
Cardenas all day. These are good semis, Zach. I mean, I never like watching Schultz wrestle, but Schultz pinned Trumbull a couple weeks ago. It was like it's like a big fat guy with a little.
I picked Schultz to win.
I picked Trumbull.
I know you did.
No, no. Who am I thinking? No, I did pick Schultz. Because he pinned him last time, and I picked Hendrickson. I think I just went Hendrickson over Schultz.
I think I went Wyatt and I went Schultz. Really, obviously, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. That's typical for heavyweight, but
I'm curious to see how Feldman does against Hendrickson. I want to know, is it going to be like a
Feldman has looked good. We talked about Feldman had to do something here. Feldman's looked good, right?
Yeah, he did. He looked a lot better since the All-Star Classic match. That match was kind of whoa. But he has been teching everybody this tournament.
Feldman's
so he has
good, folks.
He had a major and 2 tech falls, so
Kevin, what time do these matches start up tomorrow?
I believe 1 o'clock. Is it 1 o'clock Eastern? Let me see. Schedule tomorrow is 1 p.m. Eastern time. The championship semifinals and Conti semifinals.
1 o'clock.
And then
Eastern.
at 6. Yep, and then 6 p.m. Eastern is the finals. And first and second and third and fourth place matches. 6 p.m. 2 mats.
1 o'clock. 6 o'clock Eastern. Folks, if you didn't get in on this weekend, Wrestle Madness for basically the fantasy wrestling for this, look at the rankings. My dad is first and second here, and this is fantasy wrestling. This makes everything that much fun times 10 because especially if I'm in the rankings. I'm just trying not to embarrass myself, but I know Christian Piles has won the OG bracket the last 2 times and the only 2 times he's ever entered, which is just absurd to me. Absurd.
I see we got a guy picking in the comments picking Bates.
We do.
Bates over Munoz?
I don't
know about that. Could happen. Could happen.
I don't like to hear that. I don't want to hear that because I did pick Munoz. But folks, we do appreciate all the comments. We had a lot of comments tonight. We had some new call-ins.
Yeah, maybe we should do the show later.
Hey man,
seriously,
we had some new call-ins tonight, a couple new call-ins, and very much appreciated. Iowa guy, Illinois.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're about an hour here, and tomorrow 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Kevin, appreciate everything you do, man. The rankings are updated at begwrestling.com. I got a new mic. I cannot wait to watch this back tonight to see if there's any issues, because it's an ongoing thing that I will before I die, figure out these audio issues, folks. I vow.
Hopefully.
Telling you right now. But wrestling, incredible today. More tomorrow. Kevin, final thoughts.
Thank you so much for calling in, you two guys. That made the show. We really appreciate it. And we'll see everyone tomorrow night.
Thank you, folks. BEG Wrestling, like and subscribe. Get in at WrestleMadness.com, dude. And we'll be back very, very soon. Thank you for joining.